we've seen it now with the undisputed world universal championship. So the UWU championship in WWE. Now the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, is now sending the
Walla Bing Bang.
That's the one. That is the one.
Give me my king.
Is sending the Usos to Monday Night Raw to collect the tag team titles in a potential unification, theoretically speaking, of the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles. It will remain to be seen if the women's titles get unified, if they would do some sort of unification of the U.S. and Intercontinental titles. But like, I was thinking about this when Roman sent the Usos to Raw. Does unifying the titles, especially if you still have split brands, does it actually hurt the potential pushes of superstars for title pushes? And what I'm thinking of is, so right now all signs point towards the 7-star general Cody Rhodes has his eyes set on the title baby that his daddy never won. And but if we have unified titles and the head of the table, the tribal chief, is sitting as the universal and world champion, is Cody Rhodes really going to beat? Is Cody Rhodes really the guy to end the run of Roman Reigns in full, to take the unified titles away?
No.
Okay.
They're not, because they're two titles.
Right. So are the titles actually unified?
No.
Or are they going to defend them separately?
Here's where we'll know for sure. Money in the Bank is in May.
Yes.
If there's 2 Money in the Bank contracts for Raw and SmackDown, or that they've only done one, and now it's men's and women's. It used to be Raw and SmackDown, but then they did women.
Correct.
I don't think Cody, as much as I would be here for Cody to dethrone the tribal chief, my tribal chief. Also, I'm not that high on the nightmare narcotic to think that Cody can stop Roman right now. The limit does not exist.
There's one man on the roster right now that can stop the head of the table.
0. Roman. Paul Heyman.
There's one.
Braun Beaker.
No, he's not on the roster.
Not Drew.
Gunther.
You mean the guy who lost to Beekman's World on NXT before he came over?
The guy that chopped the living soul out of someone and got more TV time than pretty much any other non-existent SmackDown roster member in his debut.
Can we talk about sidebar? I'm going to give this music the respect it deserves.
R.I.P. by the way.
Can we just do a sidebar really quick and talk about how the WWE just renamed Gunther's sidekick practically German?
I mean, it rolls.
Ludwig Kaiser is the most fake punch-out German boxer I've ever heard of. Ludwig Kaiser.
It rolls off the tongue so much easier than Marcel Barthel.
I thought Ludwig Borga was a bad name.
I'm pretty sure it's a brand of chocolate, Ludwig Kaiser. Like you buy it.
German.
German
Yep,
chocolate.
named him.
No,
Got
it's rolls. I think
Chocolate-covered
it's
bread.
like dinner rolls.
It's the Rye or the Kaiser.
Chocolate covered dinner
Right.
rolls.
It's like a chocolate babka.
Money in the Bank is
Like a
July
vodka.
2nd. SummerSlam July 3rd.
Okay.
I will say that May will be when you will determine, because I believe May will be the time that either Roman stops carrying 2 title belts and gets 1 title belt, or when you have Micro doing the announcing, because Micro greater than Justin Roberts, not a debate.
Yeah, that is 100% fact.
When
Give him his
he
ding.
says that you can cash in for either
Give
a
him my
shot
ding.
at the Universal or WWE, or if he says the unified WWE Championship, that'll be the dead giveaway. Because until then, I don't think you're actually going to get
Mark,
answers.
Mark, I think he
He's broken.
And dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. There's some more titles up in that house.
There's some foes.
So
in this
please help
house.
me get out. They couldn't open the door.
If they unify
body
the
can't
tag
fit through
titles,
the
can they
door.
bring back the good belt?
Only a hand.
dead giveaway.
If they want those tag titles, they're going to kick the bottom.
But
There's some more tag titles up in that house, Jim.
dead giveaway.
Can we
We're called
Can we get
911.
though? Like, I just need a skit on SmackDown this week where like Roman's walking down the hallway and passes by Tamina and it's just like, "You're related to us, right? Go win the women's titles or some shit."
Yeah,
Like,
I
if
was
he
thinking
even
that
says
too.
that,
Naomi.
like, yeah, yes. Naomi is like, "Yo, you married
That's true.
in. You get involved in this shit. Go win some belts."
Just have like
What about
Naomi
the
just take
NXT
title
guy?
from Sasha and be like, it goes to Tamina now.
Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa. I think I could certainly.
Oh yeah,
see
he's
him
the
coming up
US.
at
He's
some
the US
point.
champion soon.
I could
He's
see
the
that happening.
unified Intercontinental United States champion.
My
Sikoa.
only thing, like,
Constantinople champion.
Something about Cherry Cola.
The Transcontinental champion.
there you go.
To answer your question, does unifying the titles actually hurt?
It hurt.
I necessarily do not think they're going to unify all the titles. I do think the Intercontinental title and the United States title stay separate. I think those will be the titles that are now the main titles on the shows, where Roman is the draw at premium live events. But they haven't cared about the tag team division, kind of like how much my wife cares about making noise in the background right now. 0.
Sorry, guys. I apologize. Being a kid. I'm sorry.
See, my wife doesn't hate me like Ernest does.
right? I was gonna
And
say, like,
trying
she's
to
super
beat the shit
nice.
out of him.
She's
Don't
super
ask
nice.
her
You
what
come
you
in here
think
yelling
about,
at me.
Yeah, let's not go that route. Let's not go that route. That might
You
open
come in
up
here
a
yelling at me.
Pandora's box.
Look, because Ernest, I'm not even gonna say it because that toolbox will go play the clip and then I'll get yelled at again.
I
Be upset.
actually like his wife. Ernest brings this upon himself because Ernest is an idiot. But I digress. We'll get back to the topic now.
Yeah, he sold me out, man. He sold me out. It was dirty.
I personally think that they don't give a fuck about the tag team division, and they haven't since, like, I don't know, 1997. Unifying the tag titles isn't a bad thing because now the Usos can go have matches with the Dirty Dogs, the Street Profits, RK Bro, Shush, Alpha Academy.
Sheesh!
So I look at it that the tag team titles being unified does not hurt WWE as much as them unifying the mid-card titles, because now you have 937 wrestlers fighting for one mid-card title, one title they have zero chance of beating the champion at, or being put together in a tag team to face off with Gunther and German.
Right, and that's kind of my point. Is if especially, like, again, if you still have the brand split, you have bunch of matches on Monday Night Raw, you have like 2 matches on SmackDown. Like, if you only have one mid card title, I mean, hell, the mid card titles as they are, like, they don't tend to mean a whole lot. So it's like, I mean, I guess theoretically, if you unify them, you could book them better. But I just think with the main title scene, if you have no shot, if you don't break up the main titles, this God run that Roman's on, nobody's ending that. Cody's not ending that, and then you've already, because to me the easy money is Cody as champion sometime by SummerSlam. I mean, it's practically writes itself, but you're not gonna end Roman's run right now with both belts. You're just not.
Literally, it was right there for you to say Roman's reign, and you just didn't.
Roman's reign.
I know I'm a heel, Tim. I'm a heel. Okay, I don't do things.
He's a heel.
But like I think that there's more value in more titles. It's just a matter of booking them correctly. I think that's the key. And I'm with you, Mike. I think the tag situation, because you don't have that many tag teams across the board. That is an issue. So if you have one set of men's tag team titles, like you have one set of women's tag team titles, if they go to all the shows, you can create feuds there. And then, I mean, the pay-per-view thing, I guess, gets a little bit tricky because, well, then how do they defend them twice?
Every match is a triple threat match.
Ooh.
The tag titles become the triple threat ladder invitational of death. Or the week before, you could have the Raw team take on the SmackDown team to determine who's the real number one contender, and then go from there.
Or just don't unify the titles, and just, like, for example, it looks like Roman Reigns' first challenger is lining up to be Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, that's your SmackDown representative going after the Universal title. The WWE Championship is still not spoken for. But what's the difference if, for example, Brock Lesnar was the WWE champion and he wasn't there for like 6 months?
Nothing.
They switch back and forth. So if the Universal title gets defended this month, then the WWE Championship gets defended the next month, and then you back and forth. Same thing with the Raw and the SmackDown titles. If anything, right. The problem is if you put the titles on the Oosey Juicies, then what you run into is the problem that WWE always has. There's 4 tag teams.
Right.
I thought you were going to say that the fact that one of the Usos was probably going to drive drunk and fuck this up.
He has been really good since the Bloodline has come to fruition.
Yeah, because he knows like this is his opportunity to like become like the third member of Chief Cha-Ching's tribe.
Well, and if you fuck that up, I think Roman's also going to rip your throat out because, and not on TV either. I think in real life, because you're fucking with the tribal chiefs business at that point.
Putting the titles on, as we like to call them, the Oosey Juicies. I necessarily don't know that it's a bad thing, but how are they supposed to hold up 19 titles because Roman's arm doesn't go past like here?
It does. It goes up.
Buddy, that looks so painful. He was like,
he's fine. Like
carrying the entire world is heavy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like,
buddy, I thought he was going off into the Titus O'Neil fucking hand sign. Like I was like,
the Omega Sci-Fi.
Yeah, Titus is a good guy. He's paying tribute.
I love Titus. I was trying to figure out why Roman's arm wasn't straightening out all the way. I was like, that doesn't look right. Oosey Juicies, if they win the titles, I'm not opposed to it. They're the best tag team in that division right now, with the exception of RK Bro. So I think if either one of them walk out with the titles, that's fine. But if you're going to do something where Riddle and Orton go back to doing their own things, like this is the obvious time. They've beaten everybody on Raw.
Right. Like, Usos win the title. Randy blames Riddle. Easy stuff.
I don't even break up RK Bro. I think it's the Usi Juicies win, and I think Randy and Riddle just kind of look at each other and they're like, "You go
Catch
do
ya.
your thing, I'm gonna go do mine, and if we ever need each other, we have each other's back. But you want to go focus on a world title, I'm gonna go fucking focus on a title over here, bro." And they just kind of do their own thing.
The best way to break up RK Bro will be a draft.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point.
I don't
That would
want
be
them to
awful.
split up hard way.
I don't either because I think that they're gold whenever they're together, and having Randy turn on a partner is just
It's
look,
so
paint by
Randy.
numbers.
It's too easy.
Paint by numbers, guys.
That's so Randy.
Here's the turn. We've all been thinking that it's coming for the last like 3 months.
I thought it was going to happen at WrestleMania, and
Exactly.
they won, and I thought he was going to drop him.
Yeah, not only did it not happen, they actually won.
And then they stole the internet with all their meme faces with Gable Steveson. I am so done. How the kid crying is me thinking about Gable Steveson.
Oh.
It's
Oh my
yeah,
god,
dude.
Why Stevenson
I
and not
don't.
Stevenson?
He's got
because that's his last name. His name is Steveson.
his
Oh, I
name is
know.
actually Steveson, which
They-
makes me
they-
hate him more.
They got the N out.
I hear he's got a rapist wit though. But let's see here. Charlie says, do it the way they did. Have to purchase WCW. Each brand gets a shot at the title every other month.
Right.
So, I mean, theoretically, you're going back to almost going back to like the brand pay-per-views then, which I'm not opposed to, by the way.
You'll never get brand pay-per-views.
No, you won't. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but you're not going to.
Personally, I am against title unifications. However, this is an exceptional time, and exceptional times call for exceptional decision making, and that decision making belongs to exceptional people. Roman Reigns, I dare say this run will never be duplicated again. I think this will go down as the greatest single run in wrestling history. It's better than Hogan. It's better than Bruno. It's better than Cena, because when Cena's reign of terror, Cena never was because every time Cena was doing it, Cena had Batista on the other side to counterbalance. And it was Cena and Batista.
Are you sure about that?
And when Hogan was doing it, Hogan had Macho Man. And then Hogan had Warrior. Who is Roman? Who is with Roman? There is none. It's literally the Roman show.
The only person that even comes close to be Brock, but it's not like he's there constantly. So it's not.
And like, that's the thing is like, there's nobody who's been consistently on his level through the duration.
Well, well, you know, I guess he has been on for this run. He's been on SmackDown the whole time. But yeah, with drafts and talent leaving for one reason or the next, you know, there hasn't been the same cast of characters. So that's a good point there too. Intern Mark, any thoughts to title unification? Does it help?
Title unifications. Well, I'm not a big fan.
No.
I like them. You know what? If we're going to keep them separated and do separate shows, let's keep them separated and do separate shows. You know, this has been so washed down now since the WWE and the brand split and all that. I'm kind of over it. I'm a little upset.
Oh,
I'm sorry that you upset me.
I'm sorry I upset you, Mark.
I'm sorry I upset myself.
I don't ever mean to upset you. I try not to do that. Try to be nice.
Matt, what does Matt think about the title unification?
Who gives a shit?
My gosh.
He's
He really doesn't care
man
this
of
week.
man of few words. Man of few words tonight.